Hello, this is Deborah Anderson, the Black Woman Animator, coming back to you with another video. And in this video, I have Jared Merchant, your friendly neighborhood illustrator and animator.
So now this is the part of the video where I created an animation tag. If you are not familiar, go back to like last year. I actually created an animation tag and an animation professional tag because I didn't see any on YouTube. So I was like, oh, let me create one because that's what I be doing. Let's do some of those questions. Who's your favorite animated character?
So I have two. Donkey from Shrek because he's comedic gold, and my favorite villain is Yzma because I love Eartha Kitt, and she just bodied that character. Pull the lever.
I also have a villain Spotify playlist coming out at some time during this year.
Oh, that's gonna be lit.
But I got all the villain songs.
That is gonna be lit. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Let's see. I like my favorite animated character. I like Goofy.
Goofy's underrated.
Let's see. Yeah. I like to, when I talk about animation, I like to include like the Muppets and the puppets. So I really like Elmo. Like my first email, my AOL email was Elmo 580044 because I couldn't get Elmo because like a bunch of people got there before me, so I just used the little numbers on the end. And then Ernie is like,
listen, Big Bird was the homie. For some reason, I thought I was gonna marry Kermit the Frog. Like I had a whole plan to take out Miss Piggy. I'm actually embarrassed to admit that now. I think that's what my dad knew I could draw because I like literally drew out the schematics of how Miss Piggy was going down because Kermit was mine. The Muppets, man, yeah, they're puppets. How do you feel about that? Like, that's another genre that's kind of.
Did you see that movie? I haven't seen that movie where they had the Muppets or whatever, and it was supposed to be like adult. They was killing people and stuff.
No.
About that one?
Have you seen The Dark Crystal? They brought that back.
Oh, I have to watch that because people been talking about that is it on Disney Plus?
Probably. I think it was on Netflix.
Oh yeah, the new one on Netflix. Yeah. Let's see. What's the puppet movie?
It like came out.
Coraline?
No. The Happy Time Murders. It has who's this lady? What is her name? I'm looking at her picture, but I don't know her.
I feel like I've seen this. I've seen
Melissa McCarthy.
I haven't seen it. She's funny.
Yeah,
it's actually infuriating because I don't want her to be funny, and she's hilarious.
Why don't you want her to be funny?
I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't look like she's supposed to be funny, and she's actually hilarious.
Yeah, that movie is rated R.
Oh, wow.
So, but like I have like more closer to high school and college, I did have like all these like independent project ideas because so my favorite part about Muppets is like them doing this
when they dance.
So like I always thought about doing like I think maybe Sesame Street still has a program, but like their little independent animation program where you could recreate like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Sesame Street Workshop.
Yeah. So I'm really passionate about Muppets and then like the whole Muppet go to Christmas, all that.
I think kids freak out now. I tried to watch the Muppets with my nieces and nephews and they wasn't having it. They was looking at me like, what is this? Cut this off. I was like, oh, guys, this was my childhood. And it was like, can we watch Paw Patrol? It was just like over it.
All right. So next question. What's your favorite animated character catchphrase?
Oh, okay. I told you one, but I got another one. Happy Feet, when Lovelace be like, they say Lovelace. Who is this fool? Robin Williams. Oh.
But yeah, like catchphrase. Suffering Succotash.
Oh yeah. Or Bugs Bunny when he used to be like, "What's up, Doc?"
Or try to take over the world.
Well, that's
If
all,
you-
folks. I love that
Yeah.
one.
If you haven't seen my when it was like that for the D, which we're not gonna say what the D means, but the challenge like a couple years ago, I did a 4-3D challenge where I did a rap. So check that out because I mentioned Picky and the Brain in that. It's on my YouTube, but I mentioned Picky and the Brain in that. So
Oh, cool.
what's your favorite animated movie?
Spirited Away.
Y'all,
There's just something so magical about that.
Lion King used to be my favorite one, but I feel like maybe after Robin Williams died, it became Aladdin because he's just like comedic gold.
Man.
And the way they used to let him riff, and just like none of that would be in the original script.
I was so sad when he passed because it was just so sad because he brought so much joy to so many people, and then to find out that he was miserable all that time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I wish I could have just like, it sounds crazy, but I wish I could have just like gave him a hug or something, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My twin brother is a comedian, and I mean he's.
You have a twin?
Yeah.
We need to do a hashtag for you.
A hashtag.
I mean, a rapid fire for you.
Oh yeah, and so I know I'm familiar with like a lot of comedians are very like they provide happiness to others, but they're like very internal, like can be depressed and stuff like that. And that goes the same for all those like bubbly people that you work with or whatever. Ain't nobody bubbly for them. Be bubbly for your bubbly people.
Bubbly for yourself.
They shouldn't have to always be on. I think of one of my old coworkers, Alana Lolly. I think that's her last name. But she was always bubbly, and it's like ain't nobody bubbly for her. When she can't even have a bad day because you depend on her for her bubbliness. So
yeah,
take care of your bubbly people.
Right.
What's your favorite animated TV show?
Happily Ever After, Fairy Tales for Every Child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there was another animated TV show that I really, really liked.
So
DuckTales.
Yeah. Ooh. Like this question, it's like a very hard question to answer because there's like eras of animation where it's like, back in was that the early 2000s, like Rocket Power and like Wild Thornberries, but then you go to like the Rugrats, and then you go to like Doug, and then you go to like Looney Tunes. It's like it's too much.
Oh man. Yeah, and then Disney had their era where they were turning all of their movies into TV shows. Because like Lilo and Stitch had one, Hercules had one, Ariel had one.
Yeah, I ain't watching none of them.
I'm trying to think. And then you got like Animaniacs. The Looney Tunes had their era. Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry was so stuff on. I liked Scooby-Doo back when they used to have guest stars. Like when the Harlem Globetrotters would be on one week, or it was like the Jackson 5.
Yeah. The Jackson 5 had an animated show.
They did. Mm-hmm.
I list that in my like pre-2000s video.
Yeah.
So do you know if you have a guilty pleasure animated TV show? So that's a kid's show or a show that isn't popular or a show that you wouldn't usually admit to watching? Guilty pleasure animated TV show. Mine is Doc McStuffins. Like I'll watch Nick Jr. in a minute, or Disney, whatever their kids want. Because I'd be like, this is research, even though I just enjoy animation.
Oh my gosh, my nephew got me hooked on Boss Baby, Baby Boss Boss. He loves that cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Boss Baby.
I don't watch Peppa Pig, but that clip when the girl was whistling, have you seen that clip?
Oh yeah, she hung up on her.
I was like, that was so cutthroat. She was like, click. You can whistle, like.
Mm-hmm. Hater. Peppa, don't be a hater all your life. Peppa won't let other people be great.
What's your favorite animated TV show intro song?
Proud Family. Right. Oh, okay. I got 3. Proud Family, the Rugrats, just because I can. And PB&J Otter. Do you remember PB&J Otter?
Yes.
Man, I love PB&J Otter, and I love the what is it? Do the noodle thing. when they used to like be trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Roly Poly?
Yeah.
Roly Poly Oly, he's smart and short and round. I don't know why I remember that.
Mine, Chip and Dale.
Oh, that was a good
Uh, let's see. What other ones do I like? I just be jamming. Tailspin.
Oh, Tailspin. That was a good song. How did I forget Tailspin? I need a do-over.
There's just so many that I can't even grasp in my.
Oh, Lilo and Stitch had a good theme song.
Sing that one. I don't know.
Dang it! It really just poof. But I'm literally watching them do the dance.
All right. But there's like, considering when we grew up, it's too many to name it.
There's so much music. Yeah, we did grow up in like a heavily music influence.
And then, okay, if I add in like the my favorite commercial songs, cause does anybody remember like refrigerator?
No.
I don't even know what they were advertising, but I just remember refrigerator.
Okay, so everybody tells me I'm crazy. Do you remember this commercial where it was like these 3D raisins and one of them danced like Michael Jackson and he would like do the moonwalk and stuff? I can't remember this song.
Was that with Ray Charles? The California Raisins?
Yeah, it was the California Raisin, but I don't think it was Ray Charles. I remember the raisin dancing like Michael Jackson.
No, I'm saying like Ray Charles would do some of the voices, I think, or the music.
I think so.
Yeah. I remember the California Raisins. But do I remember the Michael Jackson one? Possibly. That's probably in the crevices.
Right. Okay, so what's your favorite feature animation soundtrack?
Lion King and Tarzan is pretty lit because I like Phil Collins.
Good.
Phil Collins is the man.
He did Tarzan. He did what's the bear one? Aaron Blaze directed it. Brother Bear.
Oh yeah. And then another big person, Elton John, did a lot of music too.
Okay, Road to El Dorado soundtrack is so underrated. Road to El Dorado? That was a good one. He did a good job on that one. My favorite is Happy Feet. I'm a Prince to the bone. He did that.
And
the fact that he made everybody sing, like nobody knew Brittany Murphy could sing like that.
He brought it out of her.
Nicole Kidman too, because I didn't know she could sing either. I would never have picked Nicole.
Because a lot of actors, like, they just came from theater, so they just don't be using it.
But Nicole Kidman, though.
Well, who was in Chicago?
Oh, wait, I think she was in Chicago.
It's okay. What's your favorite animated web series?
I like the Goblins animated shorts. Goblins has, like, some really dope short stories.
My favorite is actually, it's called Guy Moments. I just be trying to, like, in my effort to, like, figure out men, I be watching a lot of...
Why are you doing that?
I'm torturing myself. So, I be watching a lot of content where they be talking and stuff to each other, and I'm trying to get inside their mind. And so there's this 2D animated, kind of web series called, they haven't updated in like 2 to 3 years, but it's called Guy Moments. And I always show people this episode where the girl is calling a guy and she's like, oh, can I come over? And he's like, sure, if you want to. And she's like, but do you want me to come over? He's like, yeah, it's no problem. He's like, but do you want me? And I was like, that'd be happening.
That'd be happening.
And that's just a perfect illustration of how men's minds are different from women's minds. Because I kind of understand both sides. Like, she don't want to come if you don't want her to be there. But he's just like, oh, I ain't tripping. But do you want me to be there?
Do you want me to be there?
I know you ain't tripping, but...
Is you gonna be over there playing PlayStation all day? Like...
So it's kind of funny. But there's also one where the husband and wife, the husband is like, oh, what do you want to eat? And she's like, oh, I don't care. And then he's like, what about this restaurant? She's like, no. What about this restaurant? Like, no. Like, but if you don't care,
pick where you want to go. What do you want?
So it's just like the men-women arguments that happen in relationships.
That's cool.
Yeah. What's your favorite video game?
Super Mario 3 Nintendo. Clearly, I'm not a gamer.
Me neither. What do you like about that game?
I like the levels, and then I like the fact that Mario would turn into a squirrel. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just really like that game. That's probably the last video game I ever played.
One that I remember playing, I don't even know what part of my life this was, in college or after, I don't know, but it was called Fusion Frenzy. And then I actually have an Xbox 360, and the only reason I have it was because I wanted to play Rock Band.
Rock Band? Oh, Rock Band. I played that before.
I literally got a video game system in my either late 20s or early 30s because of Rock Band. Like that, I never felt like I needed a game system. Like even in childhood, it was my brother's game system. I like because he always played it, and then when I played it, he was so good he would just beat me up. Like the wrestling games, he would just put me in the corner and beat me up. So I'm like, I don't want to play this.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. I played Mortal Kombat. I try to stay away from video games because I feel like I'm the type of person that wouldn't know when to step away. When like it's time to engage with the outside world, I'm like, no. I got my games, I got my snacks, we're good.
Right. You got to know yourself. So what is your favorite type of animation? So we're going to say out of 2D cartoon, 3D/CGI, stop motion, experimental, or whatever, puppets. What's your favorite type?
I would say hand-drawn 2D animation. There's just something about it.
Yeah.
And then yeah. But I do like now that they're combining 2D and 3D. So like, I don't know if you've seen Paperman.
I don't think I have seen Paperman.
You should look up their Paperman short. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. But yeah, for me to be hand-drawn 2D, that old school pencil to paper.
I really like 2D. I BS'd my way through my 2D course. But when I was working in Korea, there was like actually a black man who was the director of the Cleveland show, Carl Linton. And I used to go visit him all the time, and he would be like correcting the animators like drawings. And like through visiting him all the time, I was like, oh, maybe I want to do 2D. But then I'm like, I start doing it, and I'm like, no, I don't. But I like it. Like, I just don't like to do it. So, but I love 3D too, because that's why I'm doing 3D. But 2D, like the old school 2D, I feel like in these times they take like shortcuts of sort, like whether they're using Flash or just limited animation.
I like
they're doing this puppet thing. Have you noticed that? It's like this 2D puppetry type of thing going on, and it's really like
down for it.
Choppy. I don't know.
Yeah, like my cousin introduced me to Cartoon President. Have you ever watched that? It's like on Amazon Prime, I think.
Cartoon what?
President. But like Cartoon President, it's been out for 3 years and I've never heard of it. And so it's actually like a show that comes out weekly, and they like with all the debate stuff that was going on, they will create an episode the next week that is based off like the previous week was going on in politics. So it's really like a Family Guy type thing where they're just, and the characters are like really accurate. You could look at the characters and be like, oh, that's Elizabeth Warren, oh, that's Joe Biden, because they're cartoony and stylized, but you're like, oh, I know who that is. That's Anne Conway, whatever. Yeah, but I remember my cousin asking me like, how did they create the episode so quickly? And you know, you was when you was in the theater with your friend and Into the Spider-Verse, like, oh, do you understand what's going on? Like, he asked me the question, but I feel like I over answered it because I was like, oh yeah, because as you see, sometimes they only do waist up, and then they do, it's like they just move the character. They're not actually animating the character, and the most they're animating is the mouths. And then I like, as we're watching the episode, I keep finding new stuff, but I'm like, I'm probably over answering this, but this is how they do it.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, I like the more hand drawn, fully drawn animation. So, What's your favorite style slash genre slash subgenre of animation? So that could be traditional anime, Looney Tunes, puppetry, like whatever genre, subgenre.
I really like. Have you seen Claws?
Yes, I
I
have.
love what they did with Claws.
Yeah. I
The
was,
lighting.
oh my god, like I was looking at that, and when I found out it was like I know they had some 3D elements, but when I found out it was 2D, I was so confused as a 3D artist because I was like, but that looked 3D though.
You know how I was saying earlier, they took uh with Into the Spider-Verse and they really brought a comic book to life. I feel like with Claws, they figured out how to bring a storybook to life. It had a very like children's book feel to it. I thought it was gorgeous. I love the lighting. I love the texture. I love the story. Like they've been releasing a lot of pencil tests on Twitter and stuff. They're
Yeah, we're on the same mind frame because I forgot that Klaus was like another that was like changing the game for 2D animation because of the lighting and
I think they built a whole separate software for them to do that.
Yes, they did. They created that like the whole because that was what was confusing because of the lighting. I understand because it was like volumetric lighting, and I understand that that's a 3D thing. And so because they would on YouTube when they would have like, okay, this is a storyboard, this is the pencil test, this is the animation, this is the color, and then once they would get to texturing and lighting, I'm like, okay, texturing and lighting is like 3D terms, and then I found out it was 2D. I'm like, but how though?
I saw a test of how they like literally colored it and how it literally went from like a 2D drawing to like this 3D render, and I was like, gosh, that is gorgeous, just beautiful.
Yes. So Klaus, I agree. Klaus was really good. I like because I just did a review of Dear Basketball. I like with the like loose style that Glen King did with that.
I love the fact that it wasn't so cleaned up. Like it still had some of that. Okay, so have you ever seen Disney released on Netflix like a series of animated shorts, and then one of them was John Henry?
I put that in one of my videos. I don't know if I've seen it though.
You should check it out. I love the pits. It was technically not finished, but it was beautiful in the way that they had it.
I'll check that out.
And you see like a lot of the line work that they still had left in. It's good. It's good.
And what do you look forward to experiencing in virtual and augmented reality?
I think it might be too much, but I think it would be cool for people to watch an animated short from a 3D perspective. Like to be full. Imagine watching clouds and being in the snowball fight. Like from all angles.
So there, like I bought a Google Daydreamer because that was like the cheapest VR thing I could purchase with my money from last year, and so there are some animated stuff that you could see, but something that I realized they need to think about is that because sometimes I'll be watching it in my bed, and sometimes they have like a 360, and I'm like, I don't want to be like, I'm in my bed like looking at the wall like, okay, I gotta see the story, and I'm like, I want a 180 right now. Like I feel like, you know how they have the ratings on like PG and stuff, they should have ratings of this is a 180 movie, this is a 360 movie, because I gotta be in the mood to be I gotta sit in the middle of the floor or something to do a 360. I don't want to be turning around. I'm just chilling, and I'm like, ugh, I gotta look all the way back here just to see what is going on. I don't want to do that right now.
Google does have 360 shorts though, animated shorts, I think, if you search. Yeah.
That's what I was watching. I was there was one where like a bird was trying to go to the south. I don't know.
I remember seeing one of a girl in a car.
And there was a pig one I watched too. But yeah, I look for, I want BHAG, Big Hairy Audacious Goal, but it would be cool if we could get to a point where, so you know, when you go back into time, if you go to the Harlem Renaissance, the 20s or something like that, but it would be cool if they could figure out how to get the feeling of what it was like to be there too.
I don't know.
Like if they could do some endorphins or something.
Did you see Watchmen with Regina King?
I started it, yeah. I've seen like a couple, like 2 to 3 episodes, but
Did you get to the episode where she took the nostalgia? Go back and watch that. Go back and watch when she takes the nostalgia. You're on to something.
I be thinking. But yeah, that would be a cool thing. I've always thought, like, And something, a big thing that I thought was, if you think about back in Hitler's time, like understanding the leader, which we're kind of in the same. So a lot of Holocaust. Well, a lot of Holocaust historians have said that the apathy that was before Hitler was kind of the same thing with Trump. I ain't about to go all the way there, but like just going back to that time and like being engulfed into what they felt, why they didn't see it coming. So that's the kind of virtual augmented reality I'm interested in, where I don't know how you would be able to accomplish that, but like understanding why they weren't worried and like what was the messaging that Hitler had, because he was strategic. So like being at the speeches or something, like, okay, this is what he was saying, and like, okay, these people are not fearful yet. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm interested in, even though I don't know if it's possible, but it's a cool thought. So who is your favorite animation great?
Oh, okay. Bruce W. Smith, of course. I regard Hayao Miyazaki as like the Jay-Z of animation.
So qualify that. Why do you call him a Jay-Z?
I saw a documentary he did. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember the documentary he did. And this is what put him up there for me. He literally was like, there is no script. He draws he literally sits down and draws the film from beginning to end. And they literally showed his workspace, and it was like this huge stack of computer paper. They had some drawing pencils, some watercolor, and he had an assistant, and her job literally was to refill his paper, sharpen his pencils, make sure he had like enough watercolors and stuff. And he would sit there and do the whole film, and then they would pin it up, and then I guess he would literally go look at the drawings and rearrange the film in the order he wanted it to be in.
I really want to read some like Japanese books about how they think, because that's
what I'm saying. For you to think like that, to where your story is not stuck, you know what I'm saying? Like he literally just rearranged some drawings, said this is how I want the story to go.
There was like a little video I saw of a person like making a vase or something, and the idea, like, because our American mentality is like efficiency, like trying to produce as many as possible, and he's like, the vase just takes as long to make as it takes to make. And so the opposite thinking of,
they would break down here, right? Because like he literally put the film in the order he wanted it to go. He was like, change this, add this, take this out. Then he went downstairs to his sound studio with the actors and was like, all right, say this. I'm like, what you mean say this? He literally was like, say that. Okay, no, say that. Okay, cool. We're gonna keep this line and take that line out. He's literally telling them what, like, it's all in his head. It's in his head.
Some people would freak out, like they're so like, oh, we have to have structure. So some people would freak out with that.
And then Glenn Keane, just for his draftmanship, man, that man can draw.
His film Duet was the first VR film that I was familiar with. Mine, like, so one of my big idols is just Walt Disney, and that's just because of the idea that, like, I heard where he pushed Disney so far, and he would go to his animators and ask them to animate certain things, and they'd be like, how the heck are we supposed to do that? But it, like, they did it though. So just that idea of pushing people past what they think they can do, I really like that aspect of like Walt Disney and how he built up Disney, and like the idea of with bringing the animals in, giving them classes, like not only it's like an anti-capitalist thought where not only are you employing these people, but you're helping them build up their skills too. So you're supporting them as well. So
yeah, if only he took that same approach with women.
Right. So there was one that like broke through, and when you see these panels, like these diversity and animation panels, and they don't be saying the real, you just be like, okay, you're just not gonna talk about it. But
see, but it also depends on who's talking about diversity, because when you talk about diversity from a white perspective, they only look at it as far as gender.
Yeah, but I saw one where it was like a black person, an Asian person, a woman, but it's like some people just decide not to talk about it, even if they experience it.
I don't know why it's such a like sensitive topic to talk about.
Yeah. I don't know if people think they're gonna be blackballed because these are older people, so they grew up in a different time where it could probably like affect them for real, but they don't realize in 2020 that it might not. I don't know.
That's justified because a lot of people do operate on that. It's sad that there are people who do. There are people in power that do operate on that. If they feel like you offended them in some kind of way,
Yeah,
they hold it against you.
And that's pretty much why I like following like people like Peter Ramsey on Twitter, because it's so refreshing to see people in the animation industry talk about something other than animation. Like,
yeah.
And feel comfortable. He is in a place
where Peter will let you know when he's not rocking with something. Trump
Yeah.
did something the other day, and he let it be known that he was not rocking with it.
Yeah, he is kind of in a place where he can do that, but I just there's people in those places that still don't do it. So I like him.
That's true. I get what you're saying.
So, which animated character represents your personality?
I would say Princess Tiana. We're both determined and we're really, really hard workers.
Mm-hmm.
Except I hate frogs.
You hate what?
I hate frogs. They slimy. They be I can't.
Well, just don't turn into one like they turn us into everything else.
That's literally one of my worst fears.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake up as a frog.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I know what my personality is enough to.
What do you mean? You got to know yourself.
But I don't know what character would like fit that. I feel like I could ask like my dad or somebody, and they would be like, "Oh, this character." I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks."
Everybody tells me I'm stubborn. You can't. Once my mind is made up, I ain't changing it. I don't believe in giving up. There's always a way.
Erroneously tell me I'm stubborn. Like because on my Facebook I discuss different topics, and people say that I
Oh yeah, you be hitting them with the heat.
But it's like I've done research, y'all. You're stating your opinion, and I'm using facts. So like, I'm not gonna automatically go to your side because I know what I'm talking about. So that's the Virgo in me. Sorry, but
Oh, okay. So one of my mentors, Tyre. I don't know if you're familiar with Tyre Skachet. Me and him literally sit up late at every late at night. We both be working and we just be arguing about stuff. And he's like, "No, this is your problem, Merchant. You're always trying to come in with the feelings and emotions. Where's the facts? Deal with the facts." And I'd be like, "Let me tell you something, old timer." So he's always challenging me to like think from like different perspectives.
Yeah. Yeah, so I do feel like the analytical has its moment and the emotions have its moment.
What's your sign? When's your birthday?
Virgo, September 10th.
What time was you born? In the morning, in the evening, at night?
2:45.
2:45 p.m. Okay. So
that's like I got Sagittarius something and then Pisces something. Which I just realized I had, because I thought I had two Sagittarius, because I thought I was born at 7. No, actually, I thought I was born at 2:45 p.m. I'm actually born at 7:45 p.m. So it switched from Sagittarius to Pisces. So, because I found my birth certificate, I was like, oh, I was wrong. My memory is wrong. So yeah, but I always call myself I call myself an evolved Virgo, and an evolved INTJ because I'm not like the crux of it. I've like grown and done my work, and so I'm not as knowing as other Virgos are. I mean, people on Facebook will probably disagree, but in real life, like I try not to do the Virgo stuff where it's like I do want you to be better, but I try not to like push that on people because I know it could be off-putting. So
yeah, give it the program, people.
I'm an evolved Virgo. So I'll be trying not to annoy y'all. Like I was at a brunch the other week and they was talking about signs and they was asking everybody their sign. I was sitting there quiet because I was like, I know people don't like Virgos, so I'm not saying nothing.
Aww.
And then they asked me later when like people left. I was like, oh, I didn't say it because I know people be hating on Virgos. So I was like, let me be quiet.
Beyonce Virgo? Beyonce Virgo?
Michael Jackson, Kobe. I think Kobe was too. Like all the people who are like the top, like be Virgos because we be working hard and stuff.
What?
My name actually means Deborah actually means industrious bee, like or hard worker, like industrious worker. So it's like double. So if you had a clique of friends, which animated characters would be in your clique? You ain't messing with my clique.
Oh, that's a good one. Let me see. Click. Okay. Lovelace from Happy Feet, because that's my boo. Oscar from Shark Tale. Can we give Shark Tale an honorary mention?
Honorary mention.
Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. Donkey from Shrek. Lilo and Stitch, because they bowed it. And Bugs Bunny. I'd have a team of strategists. Lilo will give you them hands if you try her gangster. She ain't her bub laying you out.
Who would I not be aggravated with? I'm not sure if Elmo would get aggravating at some point. Ernie would be cool.
Oh, which animated character would you find annoying?
No, like in my clique, I like these characters, but I'm not sure if I want them in my clique because I don't know if they'll be annoying eventually. So I'm not sure if Elmo will be in my clique because I don't know if he would get annoying.
I might have to let Donkey know that he can't be out here doing all that talking.
We got rules and regulations.
And Oscar can't touch the money.
I would do Sebastian from
Sebastian ain't gonna let you do nothing. He gonna be all telling you why you can't do it and why you shouldn't do it.
But I feel like he's misunderstood. That's how he shows he cares. He's probably a Virgo.
Man, Sebastian ain't real. He ain't no rider.
He came to he was there for because he was trying to she done Arrow went and done something stupid and made a deal with Ursula, and then Sebastian was like, okay, let's try to get you to get kissed in 3 days. I just watched The Little Mermaid like 2 days ago again, like so.
Okay, he's a logical writer. We'll give him that.
He was like, oh, let's get like, and he did the little song "Kiss the Girl" because he was trying to get him to kiss the sheep. He was trying to help her out for her stupid decision.
All right, I'll take it back.
Yeah, I would have to think more about that. I probably should have wrote that down. But anyway, but this is about you. Which animated character would you find annoying in real life? Oh, I didn't realize that was the next question. Which animated character would you find annoying in real life?
Pocahontas.
Why?
She make my eye twitch.
Why?
Oh, okay. I got another one. Pocahontas, because she just oblivious. She was just ignorant and almost got her whole village tanked.
Right.
The other one would be Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. He's clingy.
Clingy.
He don't know how to give people their personal space. He don't respect boundaries. Did you see Wreck-It Ralph too?
I saw the first one.
He's toxic.
Toxic masculine. Iago, Gilbert Gottfried. You know he don't really talk like that.
Wait, who?
Gilbert Gottfried, Iago, the parrot from Aladdin.
He don't?
No.
I just saw him on Living Single, and he was talking like that.
So Google, there's a voicemail that somebody uploaded where it tells his real voice. Because he left a voicemail for somebody, and that was like his real voice. That's like a fake voice. He don't really talk like that.
Maybe he's always in character.
Yeah. He created a character for himself, and so... But when I feel like it was Howard Stern or somebody who played a voicemail where it was like, this is Gilbert Gottfried's real voice.
Wow.
But have you seen that meme where it was like, Gilbert Gottfried, where they was like, you can hear this meme.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know his voice.
That scratchy voice, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Iago from... I just wouldn't want to hear that voice all the time. I couldn't even watch, BET came out with the Michelet biopic. I couldn't watch
Michelet.
the singer who she has like a regular voice, but her talking voice is very high. She sounds like a mouse. She's like.
Oh no.
She was like she's popular either 80s or 90s, but they came out kind of around the same time. They came out with the new edition one. They came out with a biopic for her, and the actress like did her. I was like, I can't. Sorry. I would like to support this movie, but her voice, no. But her singing voice is really good. It's normal. Which animated world? Okay, I think we already did that. If you were a animated character, what would you like to be able to do that a human can't do?
I don't know. Oh, in Spirited Away, when he turns into a dragon, that would be dope. Just be a dragon whenever I need to.
Yeah. I feel like stretching my arms would be lit because I wouldn't have to leave my bed to get like water or food or stuff. It's just purely being lazy, like because sometimes I just don't want to go. I don't want to get up and go do stuff. So being able to be like, come in with the water.
Yeah, I think being a dragon is dope.
Cool. So if a studio could only do it perfectly, which animated movie or TV show do you wish they would remake or have a part 2 for?
Medusa. Origin story for Medusa.
Ooh, origin story.
Mm-hmm.
Because Klaus was an origin story, and that was a pretty good origin story.
Yeah, it was. And it kind of, I like how they like played around with like, this is how they got the whole like him coming down the chimney, or this is how like kids getting cold.
Some stuff was like, oh, the mailman did it. Some stuff was the kids made it up. So I like that. Yeah.
I would love to see an origin story for Medusa.
Ooh, your idea of the hip hop or jazz people, if they could redo Fantasia and not do it wrong, that would be cool.
But that, the people that would have to be in play. Okay, so if I was to do an all-star team for that, I would do Q-Tip over the music.
Or Raheem Devon.
Yeah, but I would have Q-Tip like in charge of the music, but then like I would bring on artists, like I would bring on Erykah Badu, Ari Lennox, Chance the Rapper, J. Cole, Robert Glasper, Snoop, just some really, really dope Black musicians.
Yep.
Like, could you imagine Erykah Badu doing spoken word in the background? Like, that would be so dope.
I wouldn't be mad at a gospel one too.
That would be cool too. Oh, that would be so dope. Do you remember the episode of Proud Family when they was at church?
No, I don't.
And Kirk Franklin and his choir were the guest stars.
Of course, Kirk Franklin was on Proud Family. Like, that does not surprise me. And today, like in the 2000s, it would have been like, or the like 2010s, it would have been like Ty Tribbett. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me that Kirk Franklin was on the Proud Family. I could see his voice being a good character voice.
Like, do you remember the episode with Steve Harvey, and it was literally just him as a mustache? Like, you didn't need to draw him; you just literally just his mustache, and you knew it was Steve Harvey.
That's hilarious. But yeah, we gotta we gonna bring people together and do these projects.
Right.
What do you wish they would create an animated movie about?
Black mermaids, but Black mermaids and their relationship with pirates. Because it couldn't have been all bad. And it couldn't have been all good.
Yeah.
What if they working together? What if they had like this secret club?
Right. They was actually friends. Just like the Madam C.J. Walker thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm big on like introducing historically accurate like things we didn't know. So I found out like some of the Vikings were actually black. They're not all just white people who were like.
You think white people just figured out how to braid their hair?
And then like black cowboys.
Yeah, the original cowboys were all black and Hispanic.
And black people in Canada created hockey, like the Aboriginal. Yep. So like bringing that for. So I'm big on like. So you know, did you see that Spike Lee didn't direct it, but he produced it on Netflix? The time like the going back in time.
I wanted to watch it, but when they got to and it looked like it was about to be. So you know what I'm really not doing right now? Trauma. So if there's anything that looks like it's gonna set me back.
That was the annoying thing about it. Like I understand, like we gotta tell our story, but can we tell our story where it's not connected with trauma? Like there's hero stories, there's success stories that don't have to deal with the police, jail, slavery, civil rights. Like, can we just have regular stories?
I can't, like, stuff like that. I can't, because I'm to the point, I carry that stuff. Like, I don't know how to watch it and just like move on. Like something like a 12 Years a Slave or a Mudbound. If I was to watch something like that, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed for the next 3 days.
Are you an empath?
A heavy empath. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's excessive.
Yeah, so I was so excited about it, but then the story, I was like, why?
I was watching it and it was so good, and then it got to that point and I could literally see it about to happen, and I was like, I can't finish this.
Yeah. What animated project should never have been made?
Sausage Party. Burned my eyes.
That was just some people who had some money and had some ideas and then just did it.
You know, that reinforced for me. Not everything is for everybody. I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah. Lion King, the remake, shouldn't have been made. Like,
okay, no, I'm not gonna say the Beehive gonna come after me.
Huh?
I'm not gonna say the Beehive gonna come after me.
I'm not a Beyonce stan. I'm more of a Destiny's Child person, so feel free. You have a platform.
I think Beyonce is dope. I just feel like acting ain't where it's at for her.
And the thing is, people don't realize, because I saw like a little, when people were talking about her in the film, and somebody was like, oh, well, it's voice acting, and not like, no, voice acting is actually hard.
Everybody else sounded like they was from somewhere in Africa but Beyonce. You know where Beyonce sounded like she was from? Houston. She sounded like she was from Houston.
Yeah.
Rep your set.
But yeah, not a lot of people know voice acting is actually harder.
I also just felt like if they were gonna make it so realistic, they shouldn't have done it. Like,
yeah, that was a Jon Favreau thing, because he did well with the Jungle Book, but then he doesn't even like the Jungle Book.
I think they were trying to duplicate what they did with the Jungle Book.
I'm like, just do a National Geographic.
What made the Jungle Book work is there was a human element to it.
Yeah, but he also didn't like. He doesn't like the Jungle Book because, even though he created it, because the animals weren't as realistic as he made in the Lion King. So he even went further with the Lion King. I actually like the Jungle Book, the remake.
Yeah, I like the Jungle Book. I thought it was good.
King Louis, Christopher Walken. That's kind of weird, but other than that,
I don't like the fact that they cut the music out of those films, because the music is so like crucial to the stories. I really wish they would have kept like Be Prepared.
Yes.
Bruh, that literally set the whole second phase of the movie in motion.
Yeah.
He did like this spoken word.
When he killed Mufasa, when he like let go of his hands, they took that part out. I was like, that was like an integral part of the movie. So yeah.
What do you think? What animated project do you think should have never been made? Is it Lion King for you?
Yeah,
they don't want to call it an animated project either for some reason. I don't know why. It's definitely an animated.
That's why I holistically don't like that project, because Jon Favreau comes from live action and tries to dictate animation. Like, no, just because you think it's not animation don't mean it's not animation. And then he confusing all the people. I have a whole video. I have like the review of that movie, and then I have like I have a video about people calling it like a live action, and I'm telling them they're wrong. That's the verb.
I will say the kid actors that did the young Simba and young Nala were really, really good. They were really, and Timon and Pumbaa basically saved the movie.
That's what I feel. Like, and the way he did the movie, the hyenas, there were some good jokes, but they couldn't fully be realized because they were so real. Like, he couldn't do the facial expressions. Like, Keegan Michael Keel was riffing, and then the other two people, I can't remember who they are, but they had some good jokes, but they couldn't land like they should because it was of the animation he was using.
There was no acting. They couldn't express.
Their faces were not. So it's like, it's Lion King, but it's also Jon Favreau. I just don't. Stay over in live action world. Thank you. Please go. So last question. What do you wish the animation industry would stop doing?
Gatekeeping. They don't want to talk about it, but they do it. Gatekeeping. And I want them to stop being so secretive. Like, there's so much about it that's not discussed. I want to see more, because, like, you know what you don't really see in animation? You don't see Black women highlighted at all. But I know they're there. Like, I can name 5 of them off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's what BlkWmnAnimator YouTube channel will be doing, highlighting all the people that are forgotten.
Shout out to Pilar Newton. It's a couple of, like, Black women in animation, like OGs that never get shouted out.
I saw on Women in Animation Facebook page that there was a Black woman who just was put at the head of streaming at Disney. I don't know her name though, but
and then I don't know if she's still over it, but what's his name? Star Wars, his wife. She was on the board at Pixar.
Melody. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. And then dang it, why am I forgetting everybody's name? She was the producer for Hair Love.
I know who you're
with
talking
Matthew
about.
Cherry. She's over at Sony. And I'm just like, give these women their flowers.
Yes, while they're here.
I gotta find her name. Because I'm just like, nobody talks about them enough.
BlkWmnAnimator will talk about them.
Right?
I want BlkWmnAnimator to be the place. So if you want to know about Black people in animation, come to this channel. That's my big goal.
Oh man, I want you and Monique to connect so bad. I think y'all would be best buds.
Hey girl, hey.
Yeah, shout out to Monique.
We follow each other on Instagram and Twitter. So.
Over at Simply Robotics. I know there's Monica Young, and then there's also dang it. So embarrassed. I should know her name off the top of my. It's you always know people's names and you know all the stuff you need to know until people put you on the spotlight and you be like, Karen Tolliver.
Oh yeah, okay.
Her name is Karen Tolliver.
Yeah.
And she's
go look these people up.
She's over at Sony Pictures. Yeah. So shout out to you, sis.
So yeah. So thank you for coming to this platform and thanks for wanting to talk about our love for animation. Not a lot of people talk about just the love.
Thank you for having me. You guys can find me online anywhere at Jan Merchant. My first name and my last name.
I forgot that part.
I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And so I know it's real. Comment and tell me how you feel. Subscribe to Seal the Deal and sign up for post notifications to show your zeal. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.